In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on July 29, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. New York Mets versus Miami Marlins. National League East foes will begin a 3-game series on Friday night when the New York Mets visit the Miami Marlins at Lone Depot Park. The Mets are atop the division at 61-37 after sweeping the crosstown rival New York Yankees in 2 games, capped by a 3-2 win on Wednesday as a -190 favorite. Miami took 2 of 3 from the Cincinnati Reds with a 7-6 victory on Thursday to cash in as a +118 underdog and improve to 47-52 on the season. New York currently holds a 7-4 advantage so far in 2022. The Marlins haven't won a season series against the Mets since 2017. With the Mets' sweep of the Yankees, albeit just 2 games, they were able to give themselves a bit of breathing room in the National League East. They also became the second National League team to eclipse 60 wins in the process. New York has had more than just breathing room over the Marlins this season, as they lead them by 15 games in the division. While Miami may not be in jeopardy of last place thanks to the awful Nationals, they've still been struggling recently. Their issue has been the inconsistency of their run production, with Jazz Chisholm out of the lineup. Thursday's performance looked decent, but that was against the league's worst pitching staff in the Reds. The Marlins are starting ace and National League Cy Young favorite Sandy Alcantara on Friday. The fact that the Mets are even this significant of favorites with him on the mound speaks volumes. It's a perfect example of how much their lineup cannot be trusted. Despite Alcantara's dominance, he still has 4 losses on the season, one of which was against the Mets. His lineup simply doesn't provide him enough run support, which was perfectly put on display just 2 starts ago. Alcantara pitched 8 strong innings, striking out 12 Phillies batters just before the All-Star break. However, Miami lost that game 2-1. The Fish even nearly lost his last start to a mediocre Pirates team before barely winning in extra innings. Alcantara has allowed 4 or more runs just twice this season, with the most recent being the Mets. He may very well win the National League Cy Young, but his team will probably lose this game. It's also Miami's inconsistent lineup that makes the Mets so valuable in this spot, so the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. Both teams have been doing well throughout the month of July, as Chris Bassett has a 2.33 ERI in his 3 July starts, while Sandy Alcantara is pitching to a 1.24 ERI in his 4 July starts thus far. Both teams have struggled scoring a lot of runs as well throughout the month, as well as New York is averaging 4.09 runs per game, while Miami is scoring 2.88 runs per game thus far. Looking at the previous 15 days, both teams have been doing well, as the Mets are pitching to a 2.17 ERI in their last 9 games, while the Marlins have a 4.24 ERI in his last 12 games. Bassett is no slouch either, as he has consistently been above average for years now and owns an impressive 19.6 Kelvin BB percentage this season, with a Mets bullpen that ranks inside the top 10 in ERI waiting in support. A Miami offense that has only a 95 WRC+ on the season will struggle to score. The situation is particularly dire for Miami over the last month due to the injuries, with several of its best hitters like Chisholm, JR, and Berti currently sidelined. The under is 3-1 in the last 5 games between these teams played in Miami. This is also a difficult park to hit in, so expect a total pitcher's duel here. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Baltimore Orioles versus Cincinnati Reds. It's the start of an interleague series on the diamond out in the Buckeye State as a pair of teams look to earn a victory. The Baltimore Orioles are on the road as they open up a 3-game series on the road with the Cincinnati Reds Friday night. Baltimore took 3 of 4 at home from Tampa Bay in a battle of American League East rivals, capped by a 3-0 victory in the series finale Thursday afternoon. Cincinnati split a 4-game series at home with Miami as they were edged 7-6 in the finale of the set Thursday afternoon. These teams meet rarely, but the Orioles have won 8 of the last 10 matchups, including 2 of 3 here in the most recent set April 18th. and April 20th, 2017. Looking at the previous 7 starts for both pitchers, there is a huge difference going on as Dean Kremer is 2-1 with a 2.87 ERI, while Mike Minor is 1-5 with a 6.21 ERI in that same stretch of stars. The Orioles have one of the best bullpens in the game as they are 3rd in the sport with a 3.01 reliever ERI, while the Reds are last in all of baseball with a 5.21 bullpen ERI up to this point. Baltimore has played very good baseball over the last month and is over the .500 mark on the season. The Orioles come into this series with a chance to continue their strong play against the lowly Reds. Baltimore is projected to start Dean Kremer, who has allowed 7 runs in his last 9.1 innings pitched. For Cincinnati, Mike Minor has allowed 10 earned runs over his last 14.1 innings of work. The Orioles had a pretty impressive series against the Rays with a combined score of 17-10. There have been a few bumps in the road, but overall Baltimore has scored quite well lately. They should be able to find some openings versus Minor as well. He's given up 10 earned runs over his last 14.1 innings, going 0-2 in his last 3 starts. So the Baltimore Orioles money line is our full game side pick. Neither Dean Kremer or Mike Minor have been good pitchers this season and should give up a few runs apiece. Looking at the previous 7 games, these offenses have been clicking as the Orioles are scoring 4.14 runs per game, while the Reds are averaging 5.86 runs per game in that stretch. A huge reason to score runs at a good rate is hitting the ball over the fence, as Cincinnati has hit 9 homers while Baltimore has hit 7 home runs in that same 7-game stretch. Baltimore has seen the underpost a 50 to 44-5 mark on the season entering Friday's action. The Orioles are 23rd with an average of 4.2 runs per game. That number slumps slightly to an average of 4.1 runs per game on the road this season. Baltimore sees an average total of 8.48 runs per game this year, a number that climbs to 8.78 runs a game on the road. Cincinnati has seen the over go 51 to 44-3 in their games entering Friday night. The Reds are 17th in the majors as they average 4.38 runs per game. That number is much better at home as they average 5.13 runs per game at the Great American Ballpark, which is 3rd in the majors. Cincinnati has an average total of 9.67 runs per game, a number that bumps up to 10.47 runs per game at home. With Minor's issues and the Orioles putting together solid baseball, this one ends up being a high-scoring game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Philadelphia Phillies versus Pittsburgh Pirates. The Philadelphia Phillies have been in the nick of things in terms of the National League wild card and are trying to get back into the National League East race as well. Young left-hander Bailey Falter will be on the mound and is coming off a losing effort against the Chicago Cubs as he went 5 innings and gave up 4 runs on 5 hits with a hit by pitch, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. The Pittsburgh Pirates have been struggling as of late and are ready to sell off some major league pieces. That can include their starting pitcher, veteran southpaw Jose Quintana, as he is coming off a victory over the Miami Marlins where he went 7 shutout innings and allowed 4 hits with a hit by pitch and 4 strikeouts. Philadelphia is 7-2 in their last 9 Friday games and 8-3 in their last 11 road games versus a team with a losing record. The Phillies are 2-8 in their last 10 in Game 2 of a series. Meanwhile, the Pirates are 39-83 in their last 122 versus a lefty starter and 16-36 in the last 52 Friday games. Pittsburgh is 4-11 in their last 15 in Game 2 of a series. Quintana had a couple of tough starts this month, totaling 10 earned across 9.1 innings. That said, Quintana bounced back in his last outing with 7 clean frames on 4 hits and 0 walks versus the Marlins. As for Falter, he's given up 9 earned over his last 13 innings on 16 hits and 4 walks. Through 99 games, Philadelphia ranks 11th in OPS and 8th in runs scored. For the season, Pittsburgh ranks 28th in OPS and 28th in runs scored. This one should overall be a pretty entertaining matchup. The Pittsburgh Pirates money line is our full game side pick. Philadelphia is averaging 4.33 runs per game in that span, while Pittsburgh is scoring 2.56 runs per game in that stretch. Neither team has done exceptionally well when looking at the batting average of balls in play, as the Phillies are 20th with a .288 BA-BIP, while the Pirates are 27th in MLB with a .273 BA-BIP so far. The under is 16-6-3 in their previous 25 games against one another. Quintana's home and road splits illustrate that the lefty is much more comfortable at home, and he's proven that in his last 2 starts. He has allowed just 1 run in his last 12 innings at home, and the under is 2-0 in those games. I expect Quintana to allow a few runs in the first half of the game and the Pirates to struggle against the lefty falter, but still be low scoring enough that the bullpens can't ruin this under. Although the Pittsburgh bullpen isn't great, the Philadelphia bullpen has improved dramatically in the last few weeks. It ranks 9th in ERA and 10th in FIP in July. Both these offensive stats in the previous 9 games do not show many signs of being able to put a crooked number on the scoreboard. Plus, the under is 14-6 in Pittsburgh's last 20 games, and so this contest should follow that trend. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.